live! We're live! Welcome to Rascal Comedy. I'm your host, Jack Mack. It is great to hopefully you be seeing me. Yeah. Welcome to my new room. I've just moved. I used to live in Smithfield with my granny and her cat, but she died. And she left the flat to the cat. And he doubled the rent. So I had to move. I'm in Ranelagh now. Good. That was nice. That's so true. Granny's alive. It's the cat that's dead. No, welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, it's a bit like the Graham Norton show meets the Rose of Tralee, you know? I'm a little bit less cultured than Dahi. And I'm definitely better to understand. If it's your first time, also, I would like to say that we have a live show coming up on the 23rd in the Workman's Club. Very excited for that. We have got some of the best stand-ups, and they've all been on Rascals before online. So yeah, we're very, very excited. It's been a weird week. We had a tampons ad that was just cancelled. Cancel culture was just like, no, not having that. I mean, cancel culture it can be a bit crazy sometimes. Like, I feel like the dinosaurs were cancelled. They were the first ones to feel the pinch. Catholic Church then, King Henry VIII, he was like, nah, I'm not happy with my wives. Let's cancel them with an axe. Then the Catholic Church, they came around and they were like, do you know what? We don't like people having sex. So let's cancel that. Let's try and cancel that. And then it turned out that they were massive hypocrites. And then they were cancelled. So this time around, this tampon ad was cancelled. And I heard it was going to get cancelled in Ireland. 84 complaints. 60% of them were men.
What?
Yeah.
Because on this subject, we know what we're talking about, obviously.
Yeah. Vaginas are scary, lads. Vaginas are scary.
I just feel like there was just a load of men who were like, maybe we can try and cancel periods altogether.
No.
Yeah. So I think we should bring it back. Show those men. They're probably going to die in like 2 years anyway. That's probably the demographic. Right, that's my rant over. Let's meet the comedians.
Cancel periods, right.
I'm sick of talking about tampons. There we go, guys. How are we doing? There we go. What a way to start the show.
Okay. I mean, start the way you need to continue.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've said my bit on it.
Maybe the reason the men complained about is because they cannot use them. So that might be one of the reasons.
Yeah, maybe they just don't get it. They're like, cancel.
Well, though, like it's not. I think if it was Dublin based, because it's an English advertisement, if it was Dublin based, it was just like, here, don't leave it out.
Yeah.
Don't leave it out.
They should have done it with Irish people instead of. Someone said, I was more offended that they were Brits.
Yeah. Maybe that's the reason.
If it was Irish, it would be a really awkward conversation where no one actually says anything. It'd be just, the old with the and the
yes.
Yeah. And then it would just be periods are great.
I have a whole thing on this. So, like, translating from like Irish, because I speak Irish to English, like condoms are called ruddy, which is translated to things. Like they don't even want to say it. Could you just get that?
It's like I don't speak Irish, so Eilish, you might have to have me out on this one. But I know sex is literally translated to skin banging.
Yeah. is translated to a cray, which is shaking, and then like a penis is bod, which is that. Like, hey, look at that. Want to put a thing on it?
Yeah. That's like someone pitching sex to somebody and like, what is sex? It's a bit like a lot of skin. Right, we'll just call it that. Then we'll translate.
Yeah.
So, absolutely.
No. And a boner is a bonus. That's what a boner is.
Yes. What's the Irish for that one?
It's called bonus. Yeah, which is a bonus.
Yeah, I would say I haven't got a bonus in my company for a very long time, so that's pretty fair. I would.
To be honest, these days, if you're getting a bonus at work, like that's a call to HR.
Yeah, HR would be like,
You can get bonus on the bus. You can all sorts,
great
you know.
bonus there the last day.
We all
I got one.
paid.
I got one on Wednesday once. It was a big bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Welcome
And
to
there's
the
no-
show, viewers.
There's no-
I can see people are already leaving. They're like, nope, not get involved.
Yeah, I'm really glad I shared this link with my grandmother all of a sudden.
Yeah. No,
My-
I would like to add a fun fact about those tampons. So in India, the way they sell tampons in the medical stores are they wrap it with a newspaper and then they sell it to women. And I believe that's very accurate because that's what the media does nowadays, hide reality.
Yeah, true.
That was deep. That was too deep for a Sunday and or a Monday, whatever day it is.
Yeah, I think we're too sober for this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's get the drinks.
Oh, there's definitely rum in my drink. There's rum and
the
gin.
drinks.
That hurt the back of my brain. That one. That hurt the back of my brain.
Anyway, let's move on with the show.
Right, who's
Yeah,
the
I'm
big
getting
fuck
the
to mention
I'm getting the
politics and
bonus here.
religion?
Let's start off with Tony. Tony, how you
How
doing,
are you?
man?
Yeah, not too bad, pal. How's yourself?
Oh, I'm great, mate. Oh, it's great. It's been a while since I've heard a good Scotsman. What's your T-shirt say?
Well, it says "Och, wheesht and get on with it."
Yeah,
Nice.
classic
There we go.
Scottish. What we should get on with?
And don't worry, I've got me iron brew. I'm living up to as many stereotypes as I can.
Fantastic. I love because the Scots will go like, I'm going we shop.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best part about the Scottish language. If you're going to do something, it's gunny. And if you're definitely not going to do something, it's still gunny. Right? We
I'm
just
not
use
gunny.
one... it's a language that is evolved purely on context. It's fantastic. Scottish is the only language. So you got Old Scots, which is a type of English mixed with Old Gaelic. And there's a
Right.
magnificent... It's the best insult you'll ever hear in your life. It's called scunner. And it literally translates to a person I don't like.
So you go,
Scottish
he's a
people
real
were so
scunner.
determined to insult people. We needed a noun for someone we don't like.
That's brilliant.
We
one
weren't
thing
happy
I
just
find
going,
about-
see you're a dick, I don't like you. It's you scunner, you're a fucking bot. Like,
It's like, I don't like your pal.
we needed the noun. That's fantastic. We don't have chavs or that in Scotland. We got Neds, right? Ned stands for non-educated delinquent. Right? Not exactly something you'd associate with a Scottish person saying, but if we're going like, listen, we may be uneducated fuckwits, but you're more of an uneducated fuckwit.
Yeah.
So we're going to consult the dictionary and make sure.
Yeah, I love how it's like
very clear.
NED. It's like, I might be uneducated, but at least I finished primary school, mate.
Exactly, right? Finishing primary school in Scotland is basically a third level education, right? You know that,
Yeah, that's true.
that's why third level education in Scotland is free, because we did it at 8. Yeah.
It's good. Where in Scotland are you from again?
Glasgow.
Oh, Glasgow.
Yeah, the bit where
like,
people like to be from. You can find it on a map, and it's not Edinburgh.
exactly. You guys are a lot more nasally.
Yeah, I mean, Glasgow's getting fairly gentrified these days, it must be said. But there's nothing wrong with Edinburgh. If you're going to go and visit Scotland, you're going to stay in the cities. Go to Edinburgh. There's a lot more stuff on. But otherwise, like, go up the Highlands. It's where all the supposedly good weather and good terrain, good landscapes are.
To Aberdeen?
No, the Aberdeen's just a crap city. No, you want to go up to Glencoe. You want to go somewhere where it goes, this is a main road. You will notice that only one car can be fit on it at a time. You will see nothing for miles but red, hairy cows. Don't know how that counts as a cow. It's got more hair and it's gingerer than me. Right?
Yeah.
I'm getting the bonus here.
Yeah, you'll just see loads of those. You'll see hills, you'll see wee valleys and things. You won't see a person for miles and hours, and then you just arrive at a distillery, and that's where the town is.
I just feel like you're describing Mayo. Like I've already lived in. Like when you said car, one road, I was learning how to drive, and my mother would be like, "Right, if a car comes, you have to go into the ditch."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, but once you start going up the Highlands, like at least in Mayo, they have the decency to go like, oh, this is a back road, this is a country road. In Scotland, we're just like, no, main road. We've got one.
Hang on.
We've got one. It goes that way, and that's where you'll find the rest of the country.
Connor Doyle's getting involved. Oh.
Tony Hepburn, what about Coatesbridge? Heard great things about the tap water. Yeah, all the tap water.
Yeah, my granddad actually lives near Coatesbridge, but I'll be honest with you, I only know two things about Coatesbridge. One, it's where the time capsule is, which used to be an amazing swimming pool, and they took out the animatronic dinosaur, so now it's shit. And it's also got the best chippy in Scotland last year, I think it was, supposedly. Finally took the record off of Anne Struther.
Nice. No. Well, because I find, like, you Scots, you have a bit of a stingy sometimes. You don't, but like I remember doing a gig once in London.
No, you just haven't annoyed me. There's a difference there, Jack.
No, but like you were a nice one. Some of them are as tough as nails. Oh, you know. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You couldn't hit me through the screen. But no, I finished this gig, right? And
I think you forget I've got a programming degree, mate. You'd be surprised what I could do through a screen.
There, yeah.
Jeez, that's another bonus.
I went to the only university on the planet that, to this day, it's the only university that has a course with the word hacking in the title. Ethical hacking and countermeasures, day one of class, pass a police background check. No joke. That's what they did day one. And I was friends with a lot of those people, and I can confirm not one of them has any ethics.
Fair.
Well, that's not true. They got one ethic, and that's don't join the Tory party. That's it. Like, that's the only one.
That's quite a normal one. Oh, we've got a fellow called Dan. Can I confirm Tony can be a mighty arsehole? Right. Is that a...
Wow.
Yeah, that's a friend of mine.
Do you know Dan?
I do know Dan. Dan's a good friend.
That's fine. That's it's probably one of your Scottish buddies. But anyway, I was saying, so this guy had a tattoo of a dinosaur on his arm. And I went, oh my God, that's a really cool tattoo, man. And he went, yeah, mate, I know. That's why I got it. I was like, fucking hell, that's nuts. That's rough. That's sore. It hurts.
Yeah, no, you do get some fantastic things that Scottish people say. I remember I went to visit my aunt at one point, and for whatever reason, I couldn't find where I was meant to go because I'd never been in Fife before. And I went into the post office because I figured, like, if anyone knows what's going on, I'm going to go into the post office. And there was a woman arguing with the guy in the shoes desk, and he was going like, we don't have that. And she stormed off, and as she went past me, she went, no sausages. What kind of a post office is this? And wandered off. And I was like, what? Why are you trying to buy sausages in a post office?
That is.
She looked like she was sober. Like, if she was hammered, you'd go like, fair enough, like you're drunk, like this makes sense. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon. She was just like, what? I don't know what this country's coming to when you can't buy sausages in a post office.
In a post office? No?
Finally, someone's asking the important questions.
Exactly.
Right?
Where's the sausages? Oh my God. Right, Tony, are you ready to hit the stage? You're going to try some improv. Is that right?
Yeah, so I was talking to a couple of friends the other day. There's a podcast we listen to.
Are you doing your set now?
If you want.
Because I'm going to introduce it first, you know?
Go for it.
Sometimes people go on and I'm like, oh, no. And then I have to do the like, okay, guys, welcome to the stage. The one, the only, all the way from Scotland. It's Tony Hepburn, everyone. Woo!
Woo!
How's it going there, guys? Yeah. So I was talking to a couple of friends the other day. We listened to a podcast called The Black Pants Legion. If you're a nerd and you're coming up to 30 and you remember when things used to be good, fucking listen to it. It's brilliant. But they were doing a thing on it where they were talking about you've got $10 million to make a film. and it has to. And what is a good bad movie that you would make? You know those like old 80s style movies, things like Highlander and Robot Jocks.
Oh yeah.
Right. You know, something like that. We got to make a movie so bad it's great. So I thought what could possibly be quite entertaining is if we got 5 comics and tried to brainstorm a terrible movie that we've got to do on a comparatively low budget and see if we can come up with something we think people might one day watch ironically.
I want to know about Robot Jocks.
Have you never seen Robot Jocks?
Are we talking underpants or slang for Scottish people? Because I want to know about both.
Actually, neither. Like, you know, American sports jocks. It's that, right. But just so to make sure that everybody knows it's futuristic and cool, it's spelled with an X. So it is the single best mech-themed movie you'll ever watch in your life. It's got that 80s Tom Clancy style narration that comes up where it's like somebody typing it in on an ancient computer. And it's just, in the future, nuclear war has ruined everything and we can't have real wars now because everyone would die. So now countries fight to solve their issues with giant robots. These pilots are known as the Robot Jocks. It's the greatest thing you'll ever see in your life. There's no one there that should ever have been allowed in front of a camera. The American team's coach is literally a cowboy. Complete with the big 10-gallon hat. The main character is called Achilles for no apparent reason, just wears spandex all the time. You know, look, it's fantastic because they clearly weren't sure if they were allowed to swear. So there's a great bit that goes, "I'm going to kick your ass," and then it just cuts away to the robot punching something. The evil Russian robot has a chainsaw penis. I'm not even joking. They start wrestling. He goes, "You don't know about my secret weapon," and there's just a hatch in the front of the crotch flips off, and a chainsaw comes out. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we should all try and spitball an idea now for a truly terrible movie that we would love to make.
Robot Jocks got a Metacritic rating on IMDb of 9.3 out of 10. So I think we've misunderstood the plot. Yeah.
It's really good in all the worst ways.
What you're saying is we should all brainstorm right now. Just throw out
something we could all brainstorm now between the 5 of us. But funnily enough, I went the same way Kigo did. I basically thought, what if we took something like a really popular movie, or something like Robot Jocks, and we just recast the whole thing so it was set in Glasgow or Dublin. Just everyone involved is Scottish, Irish, or Welsh. No Americans to be seen. No Russians.
Well, we have to change the meaning. It has to be jocks as in underpants, and there's a group of robot underpants taking over Dublin, and they sneak onto people in changing rooms. And they make you do weird dances up and down Grafton Street.
Somewhere more exotic, like
they give you a bonus all the time, but it's really, really inappropriate. So
yeah.
Like a
funeral or something.
I've just bought them on eBay.
Puberty, to be honest.
I don't remember that at all. Yeah, it's a long time ago. I need hydraulics, but that's a separate issue.
I like that idea. Evil underpants robots.
Evil underpants robots. Okay, so who's designed the evil underpants robots? Whose fault are they?
the tampons.
Yes. the
tampon lobby, yeah.
Like tampon robots. Or the tampons made them, I don't mind.
Maybe it's a big plot to get us back for banning the tampon ad. The robot jocks are there to take over because they make everything look huge, but then it just gets really inappropriate on the bus. So it kind of that plus and minus of life.
And you're there holding on with your mask and just
you just keep saying my eyes are up here, you know.
So the robot jocks are revenge from women for us making fun of tampons It's just
Yeah.
like, now it's time for you to have
Oh
something
my
really uncomfortable around you. Now it's time for you to have something you have no control over that you hate.
Oh my God, I'm
You can't
crying.
wear white trousers. None of these skinny jeans anymore.
No.
Although, to be fair, I think Jack's the only one here who might be inconvenienced by that rule.
Sorry.
Why?
My skinny jeans? Or something else?
To be fair, I think you're the only one here who might wear skinny jeans.
Yeah, of course. I don't buy any other.
I save money on the fabric. I just buy really short shorts, and that's what I wear for jeans. It's quite the peep
you
show.
paint them on, maybe?
Sometimes, yeah.
Taxed out the wazoo.
See, I was just in the Scouts for too long, so I just wear the cargo trousers that you can unzip into shorts.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Still carry around more tools in the toolbox.
You look like you're about to go to war when you go on stage.
Yeah, pretty much.
There we go. Right, guys. I feel like
I'm just glad Jack wasn't around the time I went on stage in my kilt.
Why? What are you afraid I'd do? Like, woo!
No, just
There it is, robot jocks.
Tony, are you afraid of me?
everyone's afraid of you, Jack. No, everyone else is showing up wearing their normal clothes, and you show up in a three-piece suit. We're all just going, "Oh fuck, are we getting a lawyer in? Who said what?" Has there been more allegations? Who's getting served?
Usually when I'm after work, you know, this is for the obviously for the listeners. Like, why is he wearing a suit? I'm not a butler, okay? I'm working sales, I swear.
That only makes it worse.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd have more respect if you were a butler.
No, I wouldn't like it. I'd be too submissive, you know. I wouldn't like it. Right, I think we should move on from the robot.
No,
Well done,
keep
Tony.
talking about that got awkward very fast. Let's stay there.
I'll wear the suit next time. Hang on. Do I have I've got my tie here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, lockdown's changing everything. Even Jack's not dressing all dressed up now. He's back to looking like a hipster.
Today. I'm wearing Adidas tracksuit bottoms, and I'm like t-shirt. Sure, look.
Well, we're all doing the work mullet, where not all of us are fully dressed, but the bits you can see are dressed. You see, it's the work mullet.
Are you wearing anything?
It's the important part of the
underneath that
equation.
shirt?
Well, we're doing a for members only show after this, so you'll find out. The answer is I'm wearing robot
see
jocks.
the link below to our OnlyFans.
Yeah. My site is actually called Lonely Fans because there's only one, you know, so very lonely
And
fans.
it's you.
Hang on.
It's me, yeah. I buy my own stuff.
Dan's getting involved. He's saying he's a leather jacket that he always wears.
That's the weirdest Tourette I've ever seen in my life.
Dan, are you talking about me
Yeah.
or Tony?
Oh, he's probably talking about me. I don't think Dan's seen you since he's living in England.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I've not managed to get moved to Ireland yet. Right,
we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, guys, because the show will be like 2 hours long.
Before you just spend the entire show critiquing your fashion sense. As if I've got a leg to stand on.
If we're very good, I'll show you what I bought yesterday in TK Maxx.
If you're very good, don't you talk down to me.
You're very good. I'll show you. Right.
I shouldn't fall for this, but I really want to know.
See.
Yeah.
You'll see after.
You know when you know you're not going to care once you find out what the answer is, but you don't know what the answer is, so you really want to know.
That's the hook for the viewers. Hang on. Steven's getting involved here. Fall like it was a bad idea. Come on, Tony. This is the top 11mm technique. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you know, like really, we should not be spilling the Ministry of Defence's secrets talking about robot jocks. You know that.
Oh,
Right,
get
moving
that into a meeting tomorrow. Yes.
Ailish, how are you? Never mind the rest
I'm
of them.
good.
I can mute you guys, by the way. I can just be like, do you know what? I'm sick of Tony.
No.
No, I'll bring him back.
Absolute power.
So last time I had Ailish on, I actually spelled her name wrong on the poster, but I got it right this time.
Good on you.
I mean, I sent it to her and was like, have I fucked this up? And you're like, no.
The second time, the first time you fucked it up, and I was like, you fucked it up, and you're like, well, it's there.
It's
Still
up
too
now.
tired.
I spelled your name like A-L-I-S. I was like, Alice.
Alicia McCarty.
Alicia.
I was like, that's not my name.
Not my name. So, I mean, you were on the show literally like 2 weeks ago, but how have you been? I'm loving the glasses, by the way.
Thank you. I look smarter when I wear them.
You look very 1950s.
It does nothing to the brain. I still come out with stupid shit.
You look like you were a receptionist for the Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters!
Or like,
That would have
was
been
it
another good one for the improv movies. Irish Ghostbusters.
Incredibles?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Violet, how you doing?
My God, you've gotten fat.
Yeah, looking good.
Yeah.
So actually, a lot of people don't know this, but actually, Ailish and I were in an improv called Playback that Ailish is like the grand master of. She had this idea. I think actually you stole the idea, but you came together and you're like, no, I'm going to produce the show. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So like Playback is a form of improv that I did in my youth theater. And I noticed that it wasn't a show when I joined comedy like 2 years ago. And it's about like you have one I suppose teller who talks to the audience and they gather stories, and then you have 5 players and they play back your story. So the audience is kind of getting a bit giddy, and like as the drinks go down, they're telling you stories where they have illegally encroached a building and you're like, okay, no one should do this. Or you know, they've talked about times when they met someone really famous and they're like, yeah, whatever. And the players consist of Jack, Seamus, Bill, Amy, and Felix, and they're all so sharp with their improv. And they just have a bit of banter, a bit of fun with the dialogue. Sometimes they add in their own bits. But yeah, we did like Smock Alley. We closed the festival in the big space in February. It got a really, really good reception. And people were like, God, I wish it was longer. So
I couldn't believe when you said, "Oh, we're over. We're done an hour." I was like, "What?"
I know. Everybody said that. They're like, "God, I could have watched that for another hour." And I was like, "Well, that's a good sign." So we definitely need to, when everything's back up. But like, how are we going to get 5 people on stage when the restrictions only allows 1 person?
I know. Or like, unless we take like social distancing, we can do improv, but we can't touch each other.
Everybody has to wear the cone. You know, the like not masks, but you know when you have like
the visor.
The visor.
Yeah, the visor. So everybody might wear that. I don't know, but and then like 0 touching. So if it's a case of my friend lifted me, it's like, no, we're not having any of that.
Everyone will just be like, oh.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
It's gonna be different.
Well, we did well. We had a good fun. But like, when did you were like, oh yeah, actually, this is gonna be a great show? Like, when did the idea come?
Like when I was 16, I had seen Playback for the first time, and then when I was in Comedy Gold with Emily O'Callaghan, I said, "Can we have like a Playback night? Because I think the audience would love telling stories, the interaction, the giddiness." Some people even started telling a story of when my bra dropped at a party.
One of your friends.
Yeah, one of my friends was a girl who had too much to drink at a party, and she was and I was just like, "Is that friend me?" And he goes, "Why? Yes, it is." To see Seamus Gaskell, who is a 6 foot tall man from Limerick, play me, it was fairly enjoyable.
Yeah, we've got a good team. We all bounce off each other very well.
Yeah, you're great. Like, so I'd love to see Playback happen probably on a more regular basis when lockdown finishes. People are kind of freaking out about mics as well. Do I bring my own mic?
Do a Playback Rascal Comedy special.
Yes.
That sounds good.
That sounds like it could be a thing. We could bring how many people can we bring on to tell a story?
We'll do it. Fine.
Well, good. You like he goes like, my moments.
Fine. Zoom me in on the big screen.
Give me
a call, please.
I'll tell you my life story and you can act it out. I wasn't always this naked.
It's not easy being me.
But no, like you guys are honestly, you're a great group. Everyone's just so relaxed and easygoing. And there's no set, there's no microphones, there's no rehearsals. It's fucking brilliant. There's no script.
We just go.
I had the test and it was like 10 and 15 minutes. It was brilliant. And they were like, is that it? And I was like,
I have attended that show. If I remember, Jack. I was there in one of the shows, and my sole purpose was there for being there was to go ahead and see how bad of a comedian Jack is. But then I realized he's a really bad actor as well. So no jokes apart, it was pretty good.
Oh, he's muted now. Will he come on later? No.
Is this for
you rascal? That hurts. Hang on, we're getting comments. Keegan, is that your posh comedy voice accent thingy?
I believe
that's not me talking. I wasn't talking there, Mark. That was somebody else. You're drinking again.
You're like, straight being. Straight being here on Rascal Comedy there, guys. Having a great time.
Yeah, it might be worth pointing out to Mr. Anderson, it's a bit easier to figure out who's talking when you've got the screen on.
Yeah.
Our mouths move, that's the hint.
That is. We try.
That's what you get. That's what you get, Mark, for being a smart arse. Now, think about what you've done.
A smart Mark.
I
know what you did.
Are you ready to do some stand-up?
I'm ready.
Because Ailish and Nneil Walsh are actually doing a show together called Wing Woman. I haven't seen it, but I know you are both, and you are both very talented.
Okay, fine, I'll put it.
Set that up.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you guys about it. So I met Sinead. She's also another amazing comedian at a gig, and we just bonded immediately. And what we bonded over was just the dating scene in Ireland. It's just shite. It's just like, it's easy being single, it's hard to date. And I was coming at it from a perspective of a straight girl, and she was coming at it from a perspective of a lesbian. And she was like, well, it's not any better. And I said, this is gold. Like, this is like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And we've honestly had the absolute crack writing the script, doing previews. It was accepted into the Edinburgh Fringe. Thankfully, they programmed us for next year in the Underbelly. And she's very big, she's very punchy, and mine is more observational. But yeah, we're a very good team.
I don't think you can go wrong with dating, especially in Ireland. Like, it is just, we're terrible communicators.
Terrible.
We don't, Sure, Pascal said to me the other day, communication is lubrication. I was like, it's easy for you to say, Pascal. Easy for you to say. You know, you're French and very sexy, and we're Irish and awkward. Ailish, did you watch Normal People? Did you find?
I don't, but I believe, my Fringe makes me look like the lead woman, so a lot of people imagine me having sex during quarantine, which I appreciate it.
Wow, yeah. Well, I feel like Normal People is the only show I've ever seen where they sum up the Irish relationship, and it's just a lot of, I don't think this is working. Oh, what did you mean by that? Oh, why did we break up? Like, it's just everywhere. Like, everyone's everywhere. It's just,
we're an island fuckwits. Like, it's the blind leading the blind.
Yeah, and then we have a few pints and we're like, oh, sure, look, I'm a bit randy now. Do you want to hop on?
Yeah.
Huh?
So we called the show Wing Woman because we think it needs the dating scene also needs to have a focus on what your wing woman would also go through to pair you up with someone. So it's the blind leading the blind, because she's trying to match me up with men. And at the time I was like trying to match up with women, but I don't know what lesbians are into. I don't know what, close to both. It's just the blind leading the blind. And wing woman, wing man, wing woman, good on you. And so it is about friendships as well. And
here she is.
Oh yeah, I'm the wing woman. I'm the wing woman.
I'll find you good man, Ailish.
Will you shift me, mate? Will you shift me, mate?
Oh, yeah.
Is she a fucking fridge?
Right, the show has gone on so long. Ailish, are you ready to stage Ails McCarty?
I'm
All
so
right,
ready.
guys, big round of applause. Clap, 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 clap. Sorry, clap, clap. Oh, Nneil McCarty, everyone. Woo!
Everybody, thanks Jack as well for having me. Yeah, so what did I do differently since the last 2 weeks? So I've been staying with my parents in lockdown, and then I only came back to my room, probably like my rented accommodation, a month ago. And when I came back, it was like a time capsule of like flyers for Wing Woman for the run, and also like calendars and just like hopes and dreams of New Year's resolutions. And my housemate was just like, I didn't go into your room, by the way. You could have a dead body in there and I wouldn't know about it. And I was like, I definitely don't have a dead body in there. That's exactly what someone with a dead body in the room would say. And then I got a new job as well in the last week. I started working in UCD, and one of the entrances, like when I go to work, there's just, like, the entrance is far too long because UCD is a village. It's not a college, it's a village. And to get to the bus, it just takes too long. So I was told, if you crouch in between the bushes, you'll get to your office a lot faster. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. But this is on a national road. It's next to a national road, just to paint a picture of those who don't know UCD. And every morning it looks like I'm ducking in between the buses and going for a wee, while everyone is on their commute to work on a national road, wondering where the fuck is that girl going? Can she not hold it in for just another minute? And I just I just like, yeah, I'm going in here. And like, then what? No, I don't. But I just have to own it.
Just own it, girl.
So, like, I'm not a prude. Uncomfortable is the word I'd give myself, but I definitely have to make peace with that. And yeah, and what is it? Masks. I'm still getting used to the masks, guys. Like, it's not great when you're wearing your glasses. What you've heard me say is I don't like masks. What I've said is I'm just not used to them yet, and my glasses fog. But you would think, like, there's debates over people wearing masks and not wearing masks. You think Irish people with our recent history would be a lot more comfortable wearing masks. Yeah, and then another thing I've started doing was I also cut my fringe, and I was watching Emma Doran. Emma Doran is another comedian, and she cut her fringe, and she was like, "I just did a bad thing. I regret the thing I did." She sang that, and only now do I understand, because I have this shit that I have to deal with. So no, not great. And then I also went for a wee massage before the gig today. I'm just filling you guys.
A wee massage.
A wee massage. And I'm not sure if everyone gets the same one as me. Like, I always get, like, my shoulders like ribbons, and anytime the woman asks me, like, where do you want me to focus? So it's like, just my shoulders, please. And she's just thinking, ass, 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 ass. And I'm like, just focus on the shoulder blades. And I get the same woman every time. I'm like, why is it like, there's nothing, I'm a girl. Like, I don't even have a booty. Like, there's nothing going on down there. I'm not a prude. I kind of tick the boxes. Yeah, that's my 2 minutes, you guys. Hope you enjoy.
That is Ails McCarty, everyone. Nice one. I mean, yeah, UCD is big. It's a big place. We're
Yeah.
The comments are
Girl, don't hurt me.
the comments are getting like, I feel like these guys are having a conversation. They're all talking about, like, type something out to. Don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
They're having their own little conversation.
No, unfortunately, that's my brother trying to embarrass me. So just can you cut him off?
Send baby pictures.
Do you want me to block them?
Is that not what siblings are for?
Yeah.
Could I just ask one really quick question? Could I get the phone number of your masseuse, please?
For the wee massage.
Yeah, just leave it in the private chat there.
There we go.
And Keeg, if you want, you can forward that to me as well.
What have I done? What have I done?
At this point, I might as well join in. Yes.
Send it to you know what? You might as well send it to me as well.
she can retire by September. You know, it's my shoulders.
You're like a pin.
Why are you winking at me? I don't know.
You're
It's
like
a weird twitch I have.
Right, moving on.
Stop getting the bonus on the screen.
Ego, you're.
Jack, you sound like an unimpressed father.
yeah. I know that tone.
Show's 40 minutes. It's going on for 40 minutes now. I mean,
Look,
keeping up the viewers. People are liking it, which is good.
Look at the regret in his eyes. Look at the regret.
Did you have something better planned than your comedy shows?
No. yes, add viewers. Anyway, Kigo, how are you, man? I've never met you in real life, so.
This is it. You know, the very first meeting of two humans is in front of a whole room full of other virtual humans. So, hello. It's good to see you in 2D. That is some hairline that I would murder you for. So, fair play to you. Don't do that. Don't do that. If I had a real disability, I don't know what you'd do.
I know the picture you posted. You've got like your little mohawk, and it's red. You look like Kratos from God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't get enough coffee, I do become him, and it's like a naked rampage through the streets of Wicklow until I get a coffee. So, just now.
Using... Oh, I think I read about that.
Oh,
yeah.
that's That's pretty cool, Kigo. You remember me of like a villain in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, I would say.
There's one and steady, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Biggest compliment of the lockdown so far. Fair play.
So, how are you? How's lockdown been for you?
It's all right. I just want to point out, though, just for yourselves and everyone, I'm not actually making a hostage video right now. It does look like it. I just haven't turned the lights on yet. So okay. I am not, in fact, in Jack's basement right now with the dead cat. That's he's told me to tell you that's not where I am.
Catted,
No, all good. It's been a weird lockdown. Like you know, as I was trying to say to you during the week, like my doctor and I have had a interesting 4 or 5 weeks where he stopped taking any sort of interest in my upper body, and he's changed his area of interest to my lower half. And
so it's English masseuse.
Yeah,
it's a fairly specific area, but like it actually might be, yeah. It's just everyone wears a mask now, so I don't know if it is the same lady, but if it is, you know, you're very lucky because she has very warm hands.
It's always good. It's always good to know.
Yeah. I'm glad you can all laugh at my pain. That's the most important thing, you know.
Of all the shows I've done, I don't think I've ever had anyone. We're all just having a great time. Everyone's laughing.
No.
That's just everyone's laughing, but.
And to be fair, if you were looking for sympathy from 4 other comedians like that,
no, you're not going to yell at me.
I'm here to make everyone feel better, taller, better hair, and more believable beards. So that's my job here, really. But no, it's look, it takes attention away from the receding bit at the top here. Like people wonder why my face is upside down, as if I did it on purpose. You know, it's not really that I took it from here and switched it around. You know. People can be cruel sometimes, but no, like that's been the big news. The doc is now massively interested in my arse. Yeah. So you know, it involved an intervention that I feel. Sorry, someone muted there. Sorry, what's the booty? You want to see the booty?
The booty. You have to stand up and say why.
I would, but remember the work mullet we were talking about earlier on? Zoom is not that good on the webcam here, so yeah. If I stand up the wrong way, this whole show's over, you know?
Yeah.
Or is it just beginning?
So yeah, well, exactly. I don't know if Jack had a question here, but sorry, I better, because you said it was like the Graham Norton show and the Rose of Tralee. I'm like the Wicklow Rose, so you know. I actually beat off 2 other women for this championship. So
nice.
Come to Wicklow, we are sexy bitches.
I bet. Is there any feels like the male women?
I mean, I'm jealous of the beard. I'm not gonna lie.
You know,
I
find male women they're more masculine than I am. I'd be like, growing up, I was like, "Hey guys," and they'd be like, "You gay? You play football, yeah?" Like, no.
because that's the test, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's like, you know, the secondary school test. Do you play football? Do you play ga? No, gay. Like, no, I just don't like it. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I swear.
Kids are weird.
Yeah,
I love women. Look at my internet history file. I love them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Sorry. We have a tech expert here. Don't do that.
Tony's there like.
Someone dropped down on a rope and kicked me away.
Let me break out my strangely graphical UI filled with floating skulls and random numbers. I gotta start calling myself XX Cyber Toxin XX.
Cyber Jocks.
I am the Fiend.
Oh, Cyber Jocks. That's the sequel to Robot Jocks.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. So Stephen's getting involved. What kind of doctor is this, and where might I find them?
Oh, Stuart, for a small fee, I will give you his number.
Mark is actually again. Kigo, you have a Weetabix on your head.
Another stellar input from Mark there. Probably sitting in his underwear in Glasgow watching this.
I feel like
and recording it.
Best burn of the show right there.
He is the subscriber to my OnlyFans account, so, you know, thank you, Mark. Whatever gets your
I bet
party
he
started.
screenshotted every photo as well.
He did. And he pays extra for custom, but we'll leave that there. So that's a separate issue entirely. The Glasgow custom, you know yourself, Tony.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. For the price of £1, you won't get stabbed. It's a very simple
Full of talk.
Sorry, Jack, was there a question there? Sorry, I don't know.
No, I was just going to
Okay.
rack my brain. So you're a stand-up, because I've never seen you on the circuit.
That's a real compliment sandwich there, isn't it? Like, I hear you do this, but I've never seen you. And you're probably
I've never
shit.
seen you.
Wow, yeah.
No,
I like how nearly an hour into his show, he's going like, and just to confirm, you are a comic.
He just sets me up and tears me down, you know? Yeah. Cut me and I bleed.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I mean like
No, it's too late now, Jack. It's too late now. I tell you, if we were improvising this in front of strangers, this would get really bad very quickly. There'd be tears. No, I started this whole madness in February, and I got doing gigs, and then a pandemic arrived. So I don't know if they're connected, but I tried to make people laugh, and the world shut down. So yeah, this is all my fault.
Hey,
it's all your fault.
You know.
You're like, hey guys, I'm gonna make everyone laugh, and then God's like, no.
No, sneeze on everyone. That's it. You can't lick strangers anymore. You can't go to pubs. It's all over. Unless you massage people's hoops. Oh, excuse me. It's very difficult to sit down. Sorry.
You're making everybody laugh today, which is good.
It was a recent doctor's visit there.
It was about 45 minutes ago. Yeah, in the back of a van outside.
Is she still there?
I wish it was a she. Yeah. I wasn't his first appointment today. That was the worry.
Fair enough.
Colonoscopy, what happens?
Oh, do we want the story, or do we want the lead up? Do you want more foreplay, or do you want to get straight to the story?
Get straight to the story.
Okay, well, listen, forget about the extra 2 minutes. I'm going to tell you a story, right? So, okay, had the conversation. We changed.
Is this your set?
All right. Sorry, there's an intro here. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this as part of the set. All right.
You can't rob me of my intro.
Let's edit this out. This isn't live. We're grand.
Big round of applause for Kigo.
Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone is safe and well. As we said, this isn't a hostage video. This is real life, and I'm living it. I was in the middle of telling a story about my relationship with my doctor and how we kind of changed areas of interest. Well, him on me. I have no real interest in any of his areas, but he went from my upper body, mostly the bit that you're looking at right now. He changed to a bit that you're not looking at right now. It's facing the window at the moment. So yeah, and I'm getting older, but I'm not old yet. You know what I mean? I'm not quite the oldest person in the club, but I'm too old to be in the club, but I'm not the oldest person there. So yeah, what happened was he said, look, you've been a bit run down and blah blah blah. I need you to go see this guy. And I was like, all right, cool. So I walk into a room after drinking, 6 liters of this, a liquid that I believe the Americans used in Abu Ghraib. It was a full-on, it was like someone stuck a Hoover and then everything just evaporated. I lost about 7 stone in about 25 minutes. It was great. But anyway, I go in. And the doctor, who will remain nameless, unless you want a referral for a small fee, he puts me on my side gently and places a hand on my hip. And then I hear 2 other people coming into the room, from behind me, if you can imagine. And I'm like, who, what is this? This is not a spectator sport here. Who is coming in here? And he goes, this is Dr. Mike. I said, first of all, you're not a real doctor if you use your first name in your job title. That's not a real doctor. What is he? And he goes, he's my sound guy. So Mike walked in with a feckin' boom mic just around me, just to record all the sounds I make. I was like, what? ASMR or whatever that's called. So he and then another lady came in, and I was like, listen, Petal, could you just look, girl power and all, but this is not a place for you. This is a war zone. So please leave the room. And she said, no, I've seen worse. I said, challenge accepted. And so Doc puts his hand gently on he licked it first, put his hand on my hip, and slowly put in well, it kind of looked, when I walked in, it looked like a garden hose. But when it was happening, when the job was happening, it kind of felt like a car exhaust. And then he said, you're going to feel a little bit of air in your area. And I was like, what area? And he said, the area that I have the thing in. I was like, all right, cool. And then he proceeded to use a foot pump to pump me up, to get a camera in there to have a look around, so that Mike on the boom mic could have an all sound around on it. So I don't know if he thought he was filming Schindler's List or going for best film in the Oscars. But if you do see it, I should be getting best supporting actor nominations there. So yeah, it was horrific. But look, us fellas, we're not ones to complain. You know yourselves. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry, my Fitbit is going off here. Sorry. Whenever I break a record, this thing starts buzzing at me, right? I got one for my birthday, and I've become one of these absolute pricks with Fitbits, these professional step junkies. Give the step, all right, I'll ride you for the step, come on. So I'm just checking here, it's buzzing at me. Oh, I have a new record today, actually. Sorry, hang on. I masturbated for 19.3 miles today.
Yeah.
Thank you, woo, thank you. That's up from yesterday's record of 12.3 that I set on the way home from work, on the bus. So, these things happen. It's a great way to set goals for yourself. But a lot of things have happened in our chat that have taken me off what I was going to talk to you about. We've talked about robot jocks. We've talked about kinky, filthy masseuses. We've now talked about my arse. I don't know what else there is. Like, if you're out on a date, right? These are the things you need to talk about. Weird kinky doctors, obviously perverted masseuses that are on a register, and and colonoscopies. That's kind of happy Sunday Monday, because I actually didn't know what day it was, because I actually find out what day it is by going to Tesco, whatever decorations they have or whatever they have out. That's how I tell what time of the year it is. So today, based on my shop, it's either Valentine's Day, Christmas, Father's Day, or a new one, You're My New Dad Day. So it's one of those. If any of those apply to you, congratulations. But no, I just thought I'd have a quick chat with you about what's going on in my life. If you enjoyed it, I'm at Kigo Laughs on most social medias. If you didn't enjoy it, go on my OnlyFans, like Mark Anderson is, and you'll see far too much. But stay safe, everybody. Cheers, Jack, for having me on, and let me out of your basement, please.
Woo! Good one, and he's not leaving my basement. Hey, I told you, I'll let you out once you clean it and bury the cat.
Comedians will do anything. Am I right?
Say that again, English.
Comedians would do anything to get in front of a camera. Am I right?
Anything.
That cat.
Anything.
I've been keeping that cat alive with sticking one leg in the toaster every day just to keep it alive. So now that I've been on, I can let it die finally, like my
Please.
dreams.
It's like some comedians like, oh, I'll do anything to get on the show. I'm like, all right, clean my car. I'm like, you don't have a car. I said, exactly, but might start up my own car business, car wash. All hungry comedians. Let's look at the comments. How's the comments going? Mark is back. Oh god, sounds like it was in for a.
Oh,
It was in Panavision.
Is there a lumberjack in Bray missing his shirt?
it's kind of gone from a bit of banter to getting abusive now. You know what I mean? It really is. Like Mark and I are out and we've drunk too much. You go, look at your shirt, you idiot! Bet you're not even wearing trousers on this thing.
Yeah. What are you chopping down trees?
That's the point.
I am the Rose of Wicklow, Mark. You show me the respect I deserve.
Exactly. Right. Well, we're going to move on to our last comedian. Altamash, how are you, man?
Keeping up fine. That's some great story there, Kigo. Now I realize why the lights are turned off, because there's too much darkness in your life. That's subtext I get from it.
That's why.
And it feels great to be a headliner. I would say I can officially call myself a headliner after today.
Yeah.
The last time an Indian came up in a climax was in Deadpool 2 when that guy, the taxi driver, kills the villain. So
he was great.
Yo,
he was the star. Hang on, someone just commented with just your name.
How the fuck do sorry, it's my cousin brother, he's gonna chop me off. I was going to say something but just pulled it back. How do you
man. You've got a following.
No, it's not a following, it's a family. That's how the Indians reproduce.
No, everyone reproduces. I didn't think the family was a uniquely Indian structure.
How do you block your family members from Facebook? That's a good question I should ask here. I would say. No, I shouldn't. Yeah.
So have you been keeping well in lockdown?
Yeah, I guess. To be honest, I got I got fired. The subtle term would be redundant from an organization in the month of January, and I was lucky enough to land a job in Feb, and things went out in business from March. So I'm happy. I would say.
You've just been home since March.
Yeah, since March.
Right, nice for rubbing it in. Some of us have to work.
Yeah.
But great. So what are you up to besides Netflix?
I guess I am up to something that's providing free subscriptions. So it's not about Netflix. Like Netflix, Amazon, these guys are like scavengers. They are taking money off your pocket. Go to Pornhub. They are giving you premium memberships for 2 months. I've been watching a story of a taxi driver recently. I mean, it's too depressing. Oh, I scared away Alish, I would say.
Alish gone. She's like, I can't do this anymore.
It's like,
I'm going through a tunnel. Yeah.
No, that was your daughter.
Yeah. Alish is like, no.
no.
He lost me at taxi driver. I want to hear more about the porn. Hang on, we are also getting your manager also got fired.
Oh wow!
Is he your manager?
No, he's a friend actually who should also get fired because of the comment that he just put out.
They'll send out a complaint. Hopefully they get fired for the next show. So you've been watching a lot of films.
Yeah, films. Yeah, that would be the more appropriate term. Films.
And you watch them for the story, is that it? Like you're not interested in the other stuff?
No, it's all about the story. Like that man, that taxi driver has been helping so many people out there. He's dropping women from one place to another without any money. And I just feel so bad for the kids. His father's doing such a generous job. He's not taking money for that.
365 days. You've watched it. You know all the
Yeah, but so he's not taking money, but he's giving something else. Is that right?
Yeah, And I'm staying awake at nights thinking about his family. How is he providing for them? Like that's just
Maybe all the money he makes from porn.
He's like the Mother Teresa of porn. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
just helping everyone.
Yeah.
Helping everyone
yeah.
with his
He's like, I
bonus.
don't need it. I don't need the money. No one needs. Now get to
Jack,
work.
do you-
Excellent callback.
Jack, do you need a free ride?
Do I need a free ride? Not with you. Not with you, mate.
No,
I'm
he's
usually
still
more-
waiting for the dog.
No, it's free. Jack. It's free. It's free.
It's free.
free
It's
now.
free.
It's free. You know.
Is it free now?
If it's free, there's a cost.
always have
Oh,
to
Oh,
that's,
that's it.
that woman has made that business transaction before. This is a free lunch, is it?
You always have to pay. Hey, will I buy you a drink? No.
No.
You always have to pay. Oh my
Not
God,
this
we're such
time.
creep.
I know.
Hmm.
I tried to get other girls on this, but they said no, so we're stuck.
I
We're stuck.
don't know why.
No, they were busy.
Hmm.
So tell me more. Yeah. So your taxi company's going well.
Yeah. Yeah,
Role
he's doing
play.
quite a bit of business.
Taxi
And I've been
company.
trying. Yeah, and there are quite a few dating apps and stuff. So, like, because of the entire situation, like, I have recently updated my Tinder bio. Now it reads girlfriend wanted, dead or alive. I guess anything would do at this moment.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
Oh God, we're getting there.
Oh,
Didn't you say once, like,
You.
didn't you say
It's
once in your
just-
culture that the ladies' family pay for the men? Like they give money to
Yeah.
the men's family?
Yeah, but
What-
because of the entire Corona situation, there's a liquid crunch, cash crunch, I would say. So that's the problem out there. I'm still in the bargain, but let's see how that goes.
Fair, right? So what? You're in like what, the bargain bin?
Have you gotten many hits with Dead or Alive as your bio?
oh wow!
I've got a lot of left swipe. Like in my way, the way I do, I don't see my view towards dating is if God has created it and He hasn't differentiated among people, why should I? So I just go maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one. So I just swipe right on everyone, and based upon the response that I get, I prioritize them. So that's how it works.
That's a lot of men's techniques. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
playing Fruit Ninja.
Or you got lazy coders like me who just, turn on Android Studios, program it to just do a right swipe every second or two, and just leave it running while we're at work.
Tony, can I have that code, please?
See, it's
Can you mail that to
way-
me?
See, when you do it yourself, you know how many women you've swiped on that have not
Oh.
swiped back. But when you just leave it running, you've got no idea how many women have rejected you. It's great.
Fair.
You know the numbers a lot, but you've no idea of the
Hang
scale.
on.
It's
Hey,
the
listen to
scale
the
that's
here.
important.
So,
What
does anybody have a woman's perspective on a Tinder profile?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
You
would
guys
love
read the
to.
bio?
All together. Like men to men that take a photo with the like Cliffs of Moher #travel, and they all like no, and then they all take a photo with the same hot friend, and like they don't differentiate in the photos. It's like I'm just gonna say no because you haven't told me who you are, or
Yeah.
if it's just like they forgot what John McKenna said, they forgot the safe word. It's just that. They're not gonna say.
Now, Altamash, take notes.
Yeah. No, the way I get my dates is I search for specifically, let's see, if I'm politically correct here, I search for the ugly ones and I super like them because the chances of getting a response back is really quick. So it works. I'm sorry. It does work. It
I
does
just love
work.
how you're taking your opportunity on this platform to make yourself look as unappealing as possible.
Yeah.
As soon as you got time to yourself, you're just like, let me just tell you about porn, how I go after the uglies to make sure I get a response.
Instead, you're like,
But women
Yeah.
want honesty. Women want honesty.
Yeah.
You know.
do they
Or
really?
emotional
No, they don't. No.
No. This is why
and-
when a woman asks you, "What are you thinking?" you always say nothing, because no matter what the answer is, no matter what it was, how innocent, it's going to be. You're going to lose respect. It's always something like, "I was just thinking that
You
that
should all
bench would make an
see-
excellent."
Sinead and I dissect the shit out of this.
Yeah,
I always-
whenever you ask a guy what's he thinking, he's probably imagining he's a spy. Like 9 times out of 10, that's what we're thinking.
Or like my girlfriend asks me,
or
"What's
it's
in your
nothing."
mind?" And I'm on
Or
thinking something
nothing.
like, I don't know, Netflix or something really nerdy like Star Wars or something. And she's like,
Yeah.
why do I ask?
Or it's absolutely nothing. We have a quest to absolutely think of nothing forever. But if you say nothing, people don't believe you. You know, when it's the most believable answer we can give.
And it's kind of like being half asleep, isn't it? You're like,
Yeah.
what are you thinking? What? Nothing. I'm asleep.
Yeah. I mean, never underestimate a man's ability to be completely and totally vacant.
Yeah, exactly.
Just 3 days in a row, haven't thought anything about other than
No.
pint. Like one thought, 3 days, and it's just pint.
Like
Right.
even in that case, you get the most randomest thoughts. Like I was thinking about this, that the Avengers traveled to the future, but those assholes never informed about us about the corona. So like, why the fuck did you travel to the future then? So those are the kind of random thoughts that just keep coming in your mind.
Avengers was made before coronavirus. That's why.
Yeah, but they went. We need to have a separate conversation on that, Jay.
We do. Right, but on this note, I'm going to push you onto stage because this show was running way too long. So are you ready?
Yep.
All right, everybody. Last act of the night. The headliner of Rascal Comedy. It is Altamash, everyone.
Oh. Okay, guys, let's see. I've been doing. I'm back in the scene after almost 8 months. So if I'm good, then I'm great. If I'm bad, then it's on Jack. So let's move ahead now.
No.
Okay, so I am a Muslim and I am a comedian as well. That's like saying I'm the president of USA and I'm not a racist. So that's pretty rare. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a few one-liners that I crack up about Islam. So do you know how Muslims basically close the door? They actually Islam it. What does a Muslim man asks his wife if she's pregnant? Are we having a boy or an abortion? And how do Muslim kids in Afghanistan celebrate their birthday? They actually have a blast. Don't look at me like in that manner. I am dark, so is my humor. Can't help it. But because of this entire coronavirus situation, I would say that we have been able to reevaluate a lot of things in life. And one thing I've been evaluating is someone needs to tell the Chinese, stop eating bats, you fucking asshole. That's one thing that you need to start from. That's the basic, I would say. And but it has led to a decline for terrorism in the European countries, and specifically in the European countries in the western parts. But a lot of bombings have been happening back home in Afghanistan, Pakistan, India. That's because most of the terrorists are actually working from home. So that's the point. And while we were talking about dating apps, I would say that in terms of dating apps and stuff, we Muslims always tend to have a halal version, or you would say a sacred version of things. So we Muslims have made up a new dating website. It's called Minder, and I'm not kidding about it. You can search it on Play Store. There's an app called Minder. So since it's Tinder for Muslims, it's called as Minder. Now me and Jack are basically working on another dating website. It's gonna be designed for pedophiles and it's gonna be called Kinder. So let's see how that goes.
Don't bring me into this. Don't blacken my name.
The profit model is pretty good, Jack. We should think about it actually.
No.
But no. But the jokes apart, like the app is pretty weird when it comes to asking questions. So if you just go through an app, or if you have ever made a profile on a dating app, you like ask what are your hobbies, what are your interests in, what's your age, and stuff like that. This app would ask you some really weird questions, like do you have halal food or not? What are you, an app or a fucking Deliveroo? Just decide first. And it goes ahead with saying, like, do you read prayer? Do you offer prayers 5 times a day? Are you my mother or something? Like, I don't get this app. And recently, I guess, apart from everything, I'm really thankful to be in a country like Ireland where we had a prayer in Croke Park recently, and it was an historic event, and everyone, like, apart from a few protesters, everything went in great in there. Like, and it was a very proud moment for us. But from the protesters' perspective, I get that that it was a little weird and infuriating, because if I wouldn't have been a Muslim and if I'm living near Croke Park at 9 a.m., if someone goes Allahu Akbar, obviously I'm gonna be scared as shit. So I get their protests and points. So I guess that's the part of my set. And Jack's not gonna call me from here on, that's for sure.
No, you're banned. No, he's not. Altamash, everyone. You know, very international here in rap comedy, and he can make those jokes. If I made them, racist.
No.
Yeah, we'd all be cancelled.
Hang on, Ailish wants to say something. Yes.
Has anyone noticed I changed my hair 3 times?
No. No, I didn't.
I put 2 pots in my hair during Kigo's set. That was the fact that I never had to do my hair.
Anything to
I'm
stay
thinking
alive.
of wearing my own hair. I'm like, oh yeah, it's still there.
And people were doing their sets, so I took my hair. And I was like,
Yeah, it's quite a good John Travolta cosplay you've got going there, Jack.
Yeah.
What?
John Travolta cosplay.
Yeah. Maybe even I'm thinking even a bit of Marty McFly. Oh God, Doc, this is heavy.
Don't call me chicken.
Marty, we're gonna go back, Marty. There's no time. Oh God, Doc. That's my Halloween costume.
I can see
Right,
it.
I'm gonna steal the viewers because I'm gonna do my own plugging. So I'm gonna steal them. Hey, hello. Thank you for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to support Rascal Comedy, we've got a lovely tip jar. So you can send us some tips. It's in the form of like buying us a coffee, support the show. It's actually not free to run. I've got to pay the platform that you're watching this on. So yeah, that'd be great. And also we have a live show coming on the 23rd. It's on the Rascal Comedy Facebook page. You can get tickets. And it's going to be in the style like the show here. I'll come on, and then I'm going to bring on 3 comedians. We're going to interview them, and then they're going to do their sets. Then we're going to have a break, and then we're going to do the same again. So if that sounds like your night out, or if you're struggling to like, I just want to get out of the house and see something live, I think this is the show for you. So yeah, it's going to be really intimate. I'm so excited. That's happening on the 23rd. And I don't have a link for the tickets, but it's in the Rascal Comedy page. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much. Let's say goodbye to the comedians. Comedians, you've been hilarious.
too quick.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Cheers.
Off the audience.
Cheers.
Bye, audience.
Bye.
Bye, audience.
Bye.